My name's Ryan Caldwell. I'm 34, Cincinnati born, and I know the difference between hospitality and a weaponized smile. I learned it the hard way. 6 years of marriage to Melissa Blake and her mother, Cynthia, queen of passive aggression. It starts on a Tuesday. Melissa is stirring a jar of organic pasta sauce like it's a bomb she's defusing. "Mom's hosting a family dinner," she says without looking up. "Saturday, 7, the Elcott Royale." Of course it's the Elcott Royale, Cincinnati's. 5-star temple to dark wood, hushed voices, and entrees with prices that require soft lighting. And of course Melissa doesn't invite me. She announces my attendance like a weather report. Saturday arrives. I put on the navy jacket Cynthia once said was finally appropriate. The pressed shirt, the expensive shoes. I practice polite answers for impolite questions on the drive over. Valet takes my keys. I walk in. The hostess leads me to the family. Table by the floor-to-ceiling windows, the kind of real estate you reserve to be seen. Everyone staged like a magazine spread. Melissa neat as a pin in the anniversary dress I bought her. Cynthia glittering silver helmet hair unmoving. Peter, her country club husband. And the sisters Lindsay and Tara who giggle like synchronized mean girls. Every place is set with linen, crystal, and museum-grade china. Except one, where my setting should be bare mahogany, not a plate, not a glass, not even a chair. We stop at the table. Cynthia turns, sugar in her voice and venom in the eyes. "Oh, Ryan, we didn't reserve a meal for you tonight? Thought leftovers might suit you better?" Lindsay and Tara snort into their wine. Peter studies his cuticles. Melissa stirs her martini like the olive owes her money. I feel something in. Me snap back into place. Years of snide comments at holidays, the $20 Home Depot gift card at Christmas, while everyone else unwrapped jewelry, the wedding day whispers about how love doesn't pay bills. I could walk out, or I could stop letting this family write my story. I look at the host. "Would you let Marcus Bell know Ryan Caldwell is here? Tell him I'm with the Blake party." Cynthia's eyebrow climbs. "Marcus Bell? The owner? Darling, you don't—" The kitchen doors swing open. Marcus Bell, salt and pepper hair, presence like a spotlight, scans the room, sees me, and grins like we're about to skip class. "Ryan Caldwell!" he booms, crossing the floor and hauling me into a back-slapping hug. The dining room pivots. To look. He releases me, clocks the empty space at the table, and his smile hardens. "Get this man whatever he wants," he tells the staff. "Seat him properly. Best wine we have." A chair appears, silverware multiplies, and a sommelier materializes with a leather book like a Bible. Marcus turns to the Blakes, polite but edged. "Mr. Caldwell is family here." Cynthia blinks, speechless for the first time I've known her. I sit. The sommelier murmurs about a 2015 Margot compliments of Mr. Bell. "Perfect," I say, like I order wine with commas every night. Cynthia rallies with a brittle smile. "Well, this place does love to accommodate. Time to stop letting them. Narrate." I swirl the wine. "Fun fact, Cynthia, I helped secure the permits for this building. The city stalled, the zoning board got twitchy, and Marcus called me. I greased the right wheels." Lindsay freezes mid-bite. Tara's smirk evaporates. Peter looks up. Money talk is his native tongue. "And the first locations?" I add. "Early investor. Helped with contractors, the Nashville expansion even, his cellar build. Marcus doesn't forget who showed up when the banks wouldn't." Silence. Then Cynthia plays her favorite lie. "Be that as it may, Melissa supports you now. Her boutique is thriving. You have your little consulting projects." I set my glass down carefully. "Melissa," I say, looking at my wife at last, "want to tell them where the down payment on our house came from?" She goes pale, says nothing. 60 grand, I say to the table. From my early investments, 2 years before the boutique, was anything but a Pinterest board. I don't stop. the boutique's lease, under my LLC, build-out, my business line of credit, initial inventory, my supplier rates. Cynthia's grip on her glass whitens. And Peter, I continue calmly, remember your firm's cash flow crisis 3 years back? The $200,000 bridge that kept the doors open? No interest, handshake terms? You repaid it, never thanked me. The table goes silent enough to hear the room's strings swell. And in the hush, I experience something I haven't felt at a Blake function. Clarity. I'm done. I stand. 6 years I tried to earn respect that was never for sale. I wrote checks. I ate insults. My wife watched. I placed cash for what would have been my share. The wine was excellent. Last bottle you'll drink on my dime. Cynthia croaks, you can't just walk away from family. You made it clear I'm not family, I say, and I leave. At home, I open the safe. Melissa never learned the combo to equity agreements, investments, contracts, the receipts. I photograph everything, upload, pack a suitcase. When Melissa comes in, makeup smudged, I'm by the door. I'm leaving, I say. Not a threat, a schedule. She scoffs that I'm being dramatic. I slide across the boutique agreement she signed, 60% ownership to me in exchange for capital and ongoing support. She finally reads it. The color drains. You always wanted separate, I say. Now we are. I spend the night at a downtown hotel, order room service coffee, and ignore the blitz of Blake messages. Then I call my attorney, David Chun. Activate the boutique clause, I say, and pull our exposure. He chuckles. You do have a flair for timing. By lunch, Peter is texting about future financial planning needs. I delete it. Melissa's lawyer reaches out to renegotiate. David replies with a copy of the non-revocable clause and, for sport, the dictionary definition of ironclad. By week's end, I drive past the boutique. Staff is thinner, customers thinner still. Suppliers are moving to cash on delivery. Turns out, air kissing isn't a line of credit. 2 weeks later, I'm in the living room of a condo I bought quietly last year. The one Cynthia called too much space for a couple without kids. Floor-to-ceiling skyline. No inspections from Cynthia, no Peter dropping by, no sisters giggling like alarms. My phone rings. Marcus. You magnificent bastard. Nashville. High-end whiskey lounge on Music Row. I've got the location and investors. I want you as partner, not consultant. Terms? I ask, already there in my head. Ownership. You run the build, from permits to staff. We split profits by stake. Want more locations? We scale. 40% with Marcus Beats. 60% with almost anyone else. I'm in, I say. Send the docs. A month out, I'm on a Nashville balcony reviewing plans when I see the Cincinnati Business Journal. Blake investment firm announces leadership restructuring. Translation, Peter's out. Strategic realignment. Somebody finally called the loans. A text from Melissa follows. Dad stepped down. Thought you should know. No apology. No accountability. Delete David calls with fresh comedy. 3 key employees quit the boutique. Foot traffic down 40%. Suppliers demanding COD. Her attorney wants a mutually beneficial solution. My client, David continues smoothly, is focused on new opportunities. If Mrs. Caldwell can present a viable independent plan, we'll listen. Otherwise, liquidation may be tax efficient. Corporate for run it without Ryan or sell. I toast the skyline with hotel coffee and go back to the build. For 6 years, the Blakes tried to make me feel lucky to orbit their world. They finally got what they wanted, their world without me. The only problem is their world ran on my money, my connections, and my patience. Those 3 I'm keeping,